In 2560 BC, the last stone was set into place on the Great Pyramid of Khufu, 146 meters tall, its base nearly a perfect square off by centimeters. Its slope so precisely calculated that even a tiny deviation at the foundation meant failure at the top. The entire structure aligned to true north, off by just 1/15 of a degree. Built without compasses, without lasers, using nothing but the stars. For 4,500 years, no one has fully explained how. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps the channel grow. To understand the pyramids, you have to understand time. Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone than to the construction of the Great Pyramid. Ancient Romans toured Giza the way we tour the Colosseum across that span. Everything gets blurry. What we know is that the Great Pyramid was the endpoint of a long architectural learning curve, 2.3 million blocks of stone, a height-to-base ratio that scaled to the Earth, nearly matches the planet's curvature, built by a civilization positioned to do it. Every year the Nile flooded, turning the valley into a surplus engine, enough food to sustain tens of thousands not farming. That gave Egypt something rare: time, stable labor resources for multi-decade projects. They invented counterweighted lifting devices, star-aligned surveying tools, and one of the most accurate ancient calendars. They kept meticulous records. We have a 4,500-year-old logbook from a site manager named Mira documenting limestone transported by boat to Giza. We have payroll records. We have workers' villages with bakeries, medical facilities, craftsmen's tombs. These were not slaves, skilled labor managed by one of the ancient world's most sophisticated bureaucracies. What we do not have is a single construction drawing. Two major theories have dominated the debate. The first, an external ramp. Workers drag blocks up a gradual slope as the pyramid rises. Simple in theory, but a manageable incline would require the ramp to stretch nearly 2 kilometers. More material and labor to build the ramp than the pyramid itself. And there is zero archaeological evidence that anything that size ever existed. The second, a spiral ramp wrapping outside. More compact, reusing the same slope. But the faces must be perfectly flat for the edges to meet at a single apex, requiring constant visual access to all 4 corners, which an encircling ramp would block entirely. In the 1980s, a fox was spotted entering the Great Pyramid near its base and emerging hundreds of feet higher. This inspired French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin to propose a hybrid, a short external ramp for the lower third, then a hidden spiral inside. The theory explains missing ramp debris and offers a reading of the Grand Gallery, a tall, narrow passage covered in scuff marks and lined with recessed benches as a counterweight system for hauling granite into the king's chamber. Then in 2015, the pyramid received a CT scan using muon tomography, high-energy particles from space that slow near-dense material, building a 3-dimensional density map without moving a single stone. They found a massive void above the Grand Gallery. What they did not find was a clean internal spiral. The theory is not disproven, but significantly weakened. Every major theory runs into the same problem: the apex. A small error at the base magnifies into a massive deviation at the top. Any ramp, external or internal, removes access exactly when builders need it most. An independent researcher named Huni Choi, not an architect or Egyptologist, but someone who spent a decade modeling thousands of stones at Giza in 3 dimensions, proposed something that reframes the problem entirely. His argument: the Great Pyramid was not built upward, it was carved downward. The Giza Plateau had natural limestone outcroppings. Choi's model suggests builders terraced the high points into working platforms, then constructed not a pyramid, but a massive trapezoidal mass with integrated ramps. Once that mass reached full height, workers carved it into the final pyramid form. This solves the apex problem. Working downward from a wide platform gives full visibility of all 4 faces and clean access to all edges, the opposite of building upward with shrinking workspace. Choi estimates roughly 2 million tons of reusable stone emerged from the carving process, feeding construction of the adjacent pyramids in a closed loop. The Egyptians were prolific recyclers. Later dynasties mined old pyramids for new construction. A cannibalizing system fits. Supporting this, a researcher catalogued around 6,000 casing stones on Khafre's pyramid and found a pattern: small tapered stones forming vertical seams, stitching together sections built by separate crews at once. These seams appear at intermediate positions, not corners, suggesting parallel teams on open, stable decks around a clean core. A large external ramp would show clustering near its edge. The pattern suggests otherwise. None of this is proof. In archaeology, you cannot run the experiment again. A theory gains credibility when it predicts what should exist and the physical traces match. With the pyramids, we are missing the entire construction phase, and multiple methods could produce the same shape. The pyramids have been studied for 4,000 years. We have satellite imaging, muon tomography, ancient logbooks, and computer models. We still cannot say with certainty how they were built. In a world where almost any question resolves in seconds, the Great Pyramid remains one of the last things that resists full explanation, and perhaps that is not a failure. Perhaps it is simply what it means to build something designed to last forever. If this story resonated with you, consider leaving a comment below. We read everyone. And if you want to keep exploring history like this, make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on. There's a lot more to come.